Hello everyone and welcome back to Screen Trends, and in today's brand new video we will be listing the 10 times Pawn Stars experts actually got it wrong. At number 10 we have the Wells Fargo Strongbox. Rick is infamous for calling in an expert for just about everything. However, he did call an expert for this deal off camera and he didn't recognize the red flags. A seller brought in a supposed 19th century Wells Fargo storage box and walked out with $450 cash in their pocket. Unfortunately for Rick, the box was hardly authentic. Rick should have known better too, especially since the seller only had clearly faked items with him. At number 9, we have the time that the gang bought stolen diamonds. This seller did a fantastic job in giving all the right answers to put Rick at ease and sucker him into a deal, and that's exactly what happened. Eventually the police arrived to recover the goods and Rick was out $40,000. They actually made a mistake here for not calling an expert to inspect these, but Rick was supposed to be the expert to be able to make that decision. At number 8, we have the fake Gibson mandolin. In short, a seller offered Chum Lee a Gibson mandolin, and despite numerous red flags regarding its appearance, feel, and construction, the pawnbroker purchased it for $1,500. But the thing was that they asked an expert and he said that it was legit, and they did this off air again. The mandolin was a very poorly done fake, but the seller certainly loved his time in the spotlight since he got to make illicit cash and embarrass Chum Lee in front of the whole world. At number 7, we have the Spanish shipwreck gold bar. The seller actually discovered a gold bar from a Spanish shipwreck, already worth an immense amount in gold alone. The seller must have been extremely happy that they were on Pawn Stars, since Rick's experts realized the value was even greater due to where the gold came from. Now, what makes this even more amazing is that the seller was already fairly aware of this item's value, but instead of selling it right away, he waited for Rick's expert to appraise its true worth. The seller valued it much higher than the average price, but later on realized that it was super close. At number 6, we have the Jimi Hendrix guitar scam. One particular seller aimed to sell an electric allegedly owned by Jimi Hendrix. Rick was immediately enamored, and after having a buddy verify it, Rick tried to buy it for $600,000, but the seller refused. Sometime later, the very same guitar was being sold by the expert called to authenticate the item, suggesting that the expert later gave the seller what he wanted. All thanks to appearing on Pawn Stars. It must have hurt Rick to know that one of his trusted experts actually ended up making a backdoor deal. At number 5, we have the Order of the White Eagle medallion. Sometime later, the buyer decided to try his luck with Rick and the gang at their pawn shop. It was surprised to discover just how much value this particular medallion actually had. Sold for $6,000. We'd assumed that the seller finally felt that their yard sale hobby was fully justified, and we can't blame him, especially when considering the massive profit margin from the deal. But rumors were saying that the expert overvalued it. We truly will never know. At numbers 4 through 3, we have the 5th edition 1842 Book of Mormon. These are two numbers because there were two experts actually involved in the situation. One of Rick's trustiest experts is Rebecca, who is the best of the best when it comes to accurately identifying and verifying the authenticity of all kinds of books. When it came to this particular seller's 5th edition Book of Mormon, she was instrumental in making sure they got their money's worth from selling it to Rick, and surprisingly the expert actually valued it wrong, but luckily she was able to detect some factors in making it more valuable, agreeing on a cold $24,000 for the transaction after having another expert help verify. At number 2, we have the 17th century ship's bell. The seller herself thought that the item might be worthless, going as far to contemplate getting rid of it for cheap at a yard sale, and this thought was even more corroborated by the old man, but an expert came in and changed everyone's tune about it, saying that it was worth $15,000. Then again, rumors were saying that this episode was fake and the expert made the price wrong on purpose so the seller would have an entertaining reaction. At number 1, we have Vic Flick's Fender Stratocaster. Sold for a whopping $55,000, Vic made out exceptionally well. The only problem is that Rick arguably got a little bit swindled in the deal though, as the item lacked its case and was no longer entirely original, and might not even be the same guitar that he played the famous James Bond themed on. And Rick said that he asked an expert off air and he thinks the expert lied to him. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We really appreciate it, and please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment something nice, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.